Hello beautiful internet family, Dan here from DansTube.TV, and today I've got my 3 months later review on the DJI Mini SE. Now, is this the ultimate beginner drone of 2021? Let's find out. If you've seen my other DJI Mini SE content on the channel, then you would know that I'm quite fond of this drone. It's a really awesome starter drone, a beginner drone, a awesome budget drone for pretty much anyone out there that wants to start off in the drone space. Now, it's been 3 months on and there haven't been any major updates. There's been a few little software updates, nothing major, no new features, nothing crazy exciting about the drone, but that doesn't really matter too much because the way they released it, the way they launched it, it was in great condition. It was in amazing working order, no major issues with bugs or performance or anything like that. It was just a well-polished, well-rounded drone when it hit the market. And that sentiment is still true to this day. It's still a phenomenal drone that performs as you would expect it to. And it really is the ultimate budget drone, the ultimate beginner drone of 2021. If you are new to the drone space and you're still feeling really terrified, you're really fearful of flying your drone, then I did just launch the ultimate online drone course for beginners. It's called the Fearless Drone Academy, and it's packed full of resources, high quality video tutorials, and guidance from myself, a drone expert. And I'm really excited about this course. It has everything you need. It's like the ultimate offering for people who are starting out and feeling terrified, fearful to fly their drone. So check that out, the fearlessdrone.academy, that's the website, and really easy to go and check it out. There's a beautiful page that shows you everything that's in the course, what you can expect from the course itself. And on top of that, to launch the course, to celebrate the launch of the Fearless Drone Academy, I'm giving away a DJI Mini SE. That's right guys, I'm giving away a brand new drone to one lucky viewer out there. All you have to do is go to the website, fearlessdrone.academy, scroll down and you'll find a giveaway form. Put in your details there and you are in the draw to win a brand new drone. On top of that, I also do have a 10% off discount code for my viewers. If you go to the D1 store, you can save 10% off all of your purchases over there. You've just got to use the code DANSTube and you can save 10% off your drone, camera, or accessory purchases. So check that one out as well if you're in the market for a new product. But moving back to the DJI Mini SE, it was a little bit of a surprise launch when it hit the market. I was not expecting a rebranded Mavic Mini to hit the market. You know, I was maybe expecting a Mini 3 or the Mavic 3 or something brand new from DJI, but I was not expecting a subtle rebranded Mavic Mini. That was such a surprise to me, but it was a pleasant surprise because they released a drone that was and still is one of the best beginner drones on the market, but it's got improved wind resistance, it's got an improved build quality, and it's just amazing. Oh, did I also mention? It's cheaper than the original Mavic Mini. So it has better wind resistance, a better build quality, and it's cheaper than the original Mavic Mini. If you do go over to the D1 store, then they actually do have the Mini SE Fly More combo for 619 Australian dollars. So it really is a bargain for what you're getting. You're getting 3 batteries, controller, the drone, additional props and accessories and whatever else in the kit, and it's a great offering. So with those 3 batteries, you're getting a ton of flight time. You're getting well over an hour. They're saying about 30 minutes per battery. You're definitely not getting that. On an average flight, you may get anywhere from, let's say, 22 to 25 minutes per battery. That's being generous, saying 25 minutes. But let's say you get 22 minutes per battery. That means you're just getting over an hour of flight time with the Fly More combo. For anyone out there who flies a drone, and especially for people who are starting out, an hour of flight time is fantastic. That's tons. You can explore a whole area. You could even use one battery in one location, another in another location, and then go somewhere else and fly in a whole new location, 3 batteries, 3 locations. That's the ultimate gift. The Mini SE is using the same controller as the Mavic Mini. It's using the advanced Wi-Fi. I did find for me that the responsiveness of the controller and the advanced Wi-Fi was slightly better with the Mini SE over the Mavic Mini. Now I don't know if that's just my model, but I definitely have a slightly improved performance and responsiveness from the Mini SE, which is surprising because it's the same technology, the same controller, really shouldn't be any different at all. But I do notice a slight improvement in terms of its performance and I guess just its responsiveness on the Mini SE. And to me, that actually was a joy to fly. I love the fact that when I press the stick in a certain direction, it's immediately responding to that. There's not like a tiny trail or a tiny delay, which I seem to get on the Mavic Mini. The drone itself has got a 2.7K camera, capable of capturing 12 megapixel stills. It's got those cute little orange tips at the end there, which make you recognize it as a different drone to the Mavic Mini. That's pretty much the only difference here, unless you get up really close with like a magnifying glass and compare the two. You will notice that with the Mini SE, it's got definitely an improved build quality. So the actual arms, instead of using foam, it's got a plastic covering here. Instead of just stickers, it actually has an opening here to allow air to flow through. The arms themselves overall are just built a lot more sturdy. The unit itself has got a slight improvement to the build quality. And the way it works is it's basically the build quality of the Mini 2 in the package of the Mavic Mini. So it's kind of a hybrid of the two, but you're getting the same technology and camera of the Mavic Mini in a slightly rebranded, slightly cheaper drone here. So it really is a perfect offering, a perfect hybrid offering of the Mavic Mini and the build quality of the Mini 2. With the controller, you're getting 4 kilometers of range. Now, do not fly that far. You've got to keep your drone in line of sight. Please fly safely. This whole industry depends on the masses flying safely and responsibly, but apparently you can get 4 kilometers. Now, there's no way you should try that, and there's no way you'd even be getting close to 4 kilometers, especially in like a built-up area, but I'm getting great range out of it. You know, I normally only fly about 500 meters. I stay in the area I want to film in, so I normally launch the drone and just fly in the area I'm in. If I want to go somewhere else, I just drive to that other place or walk to a different place and then launch the drone from there just to be safe and make sure I've got it in visual line of sight. But, you know, for the most part, most of the time, I very, very rarely had it drop out. Occasionally, the video feed would kind of stutter a little bit. And at that point, you'd go, okay, let's return the drone a little bit and it would be fine. So for all the situations I put it in, it never completely dropped out. I never lost the video feed at all, but occasionally it would start stuttering a bit. And that was the sign that I needed to come back. Like I said before, you're getting 30 minutes, inverted quotes. You're getting 30 minutes of flight time with the Mini SE. It's also using the same batteries as the Mini 2. So if for whatever reason you have a Mini 2 and you want to get the Mini SE, maybe as a toy drone that you can play around with and kind of thrash it, then the same batteries apply here, so they're interchangeable. You know, you can use these batteries on the Mini 2 as well. If you do upgrade to the Mini 2, that's another option. But that is an improvement over the original like Mavic Mini that does have a different battery altogether. Very similar though, you're getting 30 minutes of flight time with this guy here. And like I said, it's not 30 minutes, but it's close to 25 minutes. And it really does a great job. Like in terms of getting that consistent flight time every flight, regardless of the conditions, even if it's really, really windy, which for a small drone like this, I would not recommend flying in high winds. But even if it's really windy, I'm still getting well over 20 minutes of flight time. The wind doesn't really affect it. Like this guy is just so amazing. It really does perform well in really any condition you put it in. Now, in terms of the wind resistance, the Mini SE has a wind resistance of level 5, which is the same as the Mini 2. Now, the Mavic Mini, its younger brother or younger sister, whatever you want to call it, does have a wind resistance of level 4. So for a cheaper drone, you're getting improved wind resistance and a better build quality. So again, I know I said that at the beginning, but I don't know why DJI didn't advertise this more. It's a really cool rebranded Mavic Mini. It really is just a better Mavic Mini and it's cheaper. In terms of comparing the 3 mini drones from DJI, which are the Mavic Mini, the Mini 2, and the Mini SE, I've got a whole video on that if you want to check that out on the channel where I compare the 3. But in terms of how they compete or how they compare in different conditions, in different winds, they're all great. You know, even though the Mavic Mini has a slightly less wind resistance, a slightly lower wind resistance of level 4, it still does perform quite well in relatively strong winds. But you do notice a difference when it comes to the Mini 2 and the Mini SE. In terms of comparing the Mini SE with the Mavic Mini, because they're both pretty much the same drone, the same offering, the Mini SE definitely does have a better performance in wind conditions. It really does perform amazingly well. I put it in some strong winds and it does great. You know, it doesn't move that much at all. It's actually, it just cuts through the wind. So even if I fly it out and I've got to fly it back to me, it's powerful enough that it can cut through the wind and get back to you. And you know, you can stay confident knowing that it's going to cut through the wind. Again, it's a small drone, so be careful in wind conditions. You know, don't be flying it in crazy winds. Don't be pushing it past its limits. Make sure it's close by if it is a windy day, because you don't want to go against the wind and not get it back in time. But just comparing the two, the Mavic Mini and the Mini SE, I did notice like a noticeable difference between the two, and the Mini SE definitely does perform better in strong winds. Besides that though, the Mavic Mini and the Mini SE both have the exact same offering. Like if you go into the application, they've got all the same settings and flight modes and features. It's pretty much an identical drone. And you can almost say the same about the Mini 2 in terms of how it looks, the camera, the offering in the app. Like the Mini 2 definitely has more features and obviously has a 4K camera. It has an improved video transmission, an improved controller, but you can look at the three together and they look almost identical, which is ridiculous. And I'm ready for a Mini 3 to see something completely different from DJI in the Mini space. But I think just in terms of the three of them aesthetically, like just looking at them on face value, they all look pretty much the same, and they're great drones. They're great mini drones. They feel fine in the hand. Like they are definitely a little cheaper than DJI's higher end drones. You can feel they're a little flimsier. The materials are a little bit more plasticky and a little cheaper, but they still hold up really well. And I had no issues with all three of the drones. I had no issues with their build quality, no issues with like structural damage or the cameras or anything like that. They're all great drones at the end of the day, and regardless of which one you pick up, you're going to be happy with it. Like that's kind of the sentiment I get from any DJI drone. It's just, if it's a DJI drone, it's going to be a solid drone. I know I may sound like a fanboy, but I mean, I've never had an issue with the DJI drone, so how can I say anything negative? You know, if that's my experience with it, if that's my truth, then it's great. All of them have been great. I've had no issues with any of the three mini drones from DJI. The other thing to mention is that this drone is under 250 grams, so depending on where you live, this might be the only drone that you can get without having to jump through hoops and, you know, register your drone, become a registered pilot and a certified commercial drone pilot, or get your REPL or whatever it's called in your country. This might be one of the only drones you can get where you can just get it, register it, get the number, and then you can fly. You know, you don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to go and become a registered pilot or anything like that. That's why the mini drones are so popular, and that's why the mini drone space is extremely competitive right now. And moving into 2022, it's going to be even more competitive than ever. So under 250 grams is a major selling point of this drone, the same as the Mavic Mini. It's no different in terms of its weight. It's still under 250 grams here. And back to that point about the video and photo quality from the Mini SE, honestly, like I've shown a ton of people when I've been out and about filming and capturing different things, I've shown random people, like strangers that I've bumped into, or people who have asked me about, oh, what does the video look like? Or what do the photos look like? You know, every single reaction is, wow, that looks amazing. Like, wow, seriously, that's coming from a drone? And then I'll bring the drone in and they'll go, wait, is that small? No way. So really on face value, for the average consumer, the average person in the community, they are going to be blown away by the quality. You know, unless you are so into cameras and you know everything about them, and 4K is this ideal like dream state that you can't go lower than 4K, it has to be 4K, then you're not going to know any different, you know, unless you're this person that's used to a Mavic 2 Pro or a higher end drone. It's really amazing. Like 2.7K is fine, no issues at all. I will say that comparing it to the higher end drones, just because of the sensor size, the image definitely isn't as sharp. I want to say it's a little bit more, yeah, it's just lacking that kind of clarity almost, a little bit. Like, again, if this is your first drone, you won't notice it at all. But just me comparing it to like the Air 2S or the Mavic 2 Pro, those drones really capture all the detail. It's extremely, extremely sharp. I do want to say with these drones, the mini drones, if you compare it to the higher end drones, you can notice a difference. But if you're brand new in this space, you're gonna have no idea and you're gonna be really happy with the photo and the video quality. And I guess that's it for the end of my DJI Mini SE 3 months later review. It's a phenomenal starter drone. Amazing value. You're getting improved wind resistance over its younger sister. You're getting, improved battery. You're getting the improved build quality. You're getting an amazing offering. The Mavic Mini is already a great drone, but to have a slight improvement here is amazing. And I'm really happy that they've released this. So I think if you're in the space for a mini drone, this is like one of the only drones I would recommend to most people. The Mini SE is a phenomenal budget drone, a phenomenal beginner drone in 2021. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, remember that I just launched the Fearless Drone Academy and I'm giving away a DJI Mini SE. So make sure to go over there and sign up for that giveaway. It's really easy. You go to the website, scroll down a little bit, and you'll find the giveaway form, put in your details, and you'll get a few emails in the meantime just to let you know when the giveaway's gonna be announced and how to find out about the giveaway winner. I'll also give you early access to the pre-flight checklist, which is exclusively available to students who sign up to the Fearless Drone Academy. But if you sign up for this giveaway, then you'll also get that as a free gift. I thought I'd chuck that in to really show how much I appreciate everyone. But that's it, simple as that. Go over there, enter that giveaway. If you do want to buy another drone or accessory, go to the D1 store, use the code DansTube. That's it. Again, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate you. I will see you very soon in my next video. Chat to you then. Peace.